year ending March 2024 was revised lower by just over 800,000. It's the largest revision that we've seen since 2009, showing the labor market may have been a bit cooler than initially thought. Can the data continue to support the rally? We want to bring in Stephen Dover. He is the chief market strategist, head of Franklin Templeton Institute. It's great to have you here, Stephen. Let's talk about, I guess, just your first take on the revision to the downside that we're seeing, 818,000, and what that implies or what that signals, if anything, here for the equity markets.
Yeah, I think it signals a soft landing. I think the revision is within the range of what people thought. We were really quite white hot in the jobs report before. We're coming now down to a much more normal economy. We think that means interest rate cuts ahead, probably not as much as the market thinks, but very positive in general for the equity markets as we're seeing right now as the market goes up. In fact, yesterday was a little bit down, but we were looking, as you've reported, a streak of up market that we haven't seen, days up market that we haven't seen for 20 or 30 years. So the market is really taking this as an opportunity. I think what we'll see going forward, and the big shift we see going here, is a move from talk about inflation to talk about growth and increasingly talk about earnings.
So I want to talk about what this guy just said. So let me get this straight. They totally faked the job numbers by like 1 million jobs. This guy came out and said it was good for the economy. Well, if you don't have a job and you're one of those fake jobs, and that means there are no jobs coming, how is that good for you? Right? So they say, well, hiring is good, it's strong, and there's going to be more hiring, right? So you say, okay, well, I just keep looking, and eventually I get a job, or I get this part-time job. This is insane. The propaganda is insane. So he somehow sold this, like Yahoo News. I guess this like a propaganda rag for government or something. He sold this as a good thing. He didn't say the total the job. He said they were the job numbers are revised down. You mean fake? You mean the job numbers are fake? They're revised down. That means you gave us the wrong numbers. That means the people that are doing the accounting lied. You see, they lied, and then it came out that they lied. So then they say it's revised down as a nice way of saying they lied, right? They're doing propaganda, and then it came out. So I made a statement before. I said job numbers don't mean anything. Job numbers, as I've learned, are not a leading indicator of anything in the economy. This proves what I'm saying is true. Because you could just fake the numbers, then you come back out and say the numbers were revised down. Right? And then this guy comes out and says, but that's a good thing, and then the stock market went up. What? None of this makes sense. Right? None of it makes sense. Like Hawkeye said, I'm fighting aliens with a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense. How is it that the job numbers are fake by like 1 million? So that means that a lot of the other numbers, what else is fake? Right? What else is not real in what they're telling you? First of all, you have to ask yourself that. And then they're able to pass this off as, and then the stock market goes up. But I don't understand that. If the numbers are fake, shouldn't the stock market go down? He says, no, this is a good thing. It's a good thing that the numbers are, that 1 million people don't have jobs, and it's probably more than that, and that the jobs are collapsing, but then the stock market is going up. And so when I said, nobody's paying me any attention, but when I said, as I've learned, that the job numbers are not a leading indicator of anything, people probably didn't pay me any attention. They probably, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But this guy's an expert on Yahoo News, Yahoo Finance, right? He's giving you the expert advice, not, I'm just a stupid guy on YouTube, right? But you have to explain why none of this makes sense, right? Why the job numbers are fake, but the stock market is going up. And then he says it's a good thing for the economy. He's going to explain to you, he's further explains to you why fake job numbers, you know, are somehow good for, you know, equities. Then that means banks, finance. I don't understand that. You know, maybe I'm just a stupid person, but that doesn't make sense, right? So you would think if the economy was losing jobs, that somehow the stock market would go down. That would be, it would be a bad look overall. No, the stock market went up, and he says it's a good thing for the economy that the job numbers are fake and the economy in America is losing jobs. I'm not going to belabor the point. I'm not going to keep going over that, but I mean, it's just weird what he said and how they're trying to position this, and the fact that you don't have legitimate. I've seen this before. You saw this during the housing collapse of 2008, where the realtors were overinflating the price of housing, where you saw appraisals for houses being fake, and the appraisals being jacked up by like 100%. You saw all kinds of madness, and everybody saying, "Oh no, real estate never goes down. These numbers are good. Jobs, employment's fine. Everything's fine." And I saw these things, but I didn't know I couldn't put my finger on it at the time. Like, okay, what is going to be the outcome of this? The outcome of this shit here is going to be total economic collapse, just like 2008. And it proves what I said. People, job numbers are just propaganda. They don't mean anything, particularly when you can fake them to the tune of 1 million at a time, and then come back a month later and say, "Oh, those job numbers weren't even real." Okay, if the job numbers are not real and can be moved around at any time, how are they a good indicator for someone trying to analyze the economy? Or a politician or a news person, financial news person pushing on you to tell you, one way or another, this is a good thing, this is a bad thing. Well, how do we know the numbers are fake? Right? The numbers go up, you say it's good that people are getting jobs. The numbers go down, you say it's good too. So how are the job numbers a leading indicator of anything? How do I analyze this, right? That's all I got.